Um, uh, that's why Houston's one of the better teams in the country. You can't play 21, 22 minutes, 23 minutes, whatever it was when we took the lead. I'm not sure what it was. You got to be able to play 40 minutes to have a chance against a team like them. And, Grimes, we didn't guard him neither half. I think he had 21 the first half and 12 the second half, something like that. Sasser the first half got him in foul trouble, but he came out the second half. I think he scored 12. But probably the difference in the game was we had those live ball turnovers in about that 2-minute stretch. Once we go up, I think we go up one. Again, I don't know if it's 19, 18 minutes, 17 minutes. When we go up one, I just know there was 4 trips in a row where we had turnovers. And 3 of those 4 led to transition baskets. In the first half, we didn't allow many transition baskets. But when you look at the stat sheet, the one bad stat, there's 27 points off of turnovers. And you got no chance to win on the road against lots of teams, but in particular, like a team like Houston. So give them credit. They stepped up in that stretch. Defensively, they were really good. At halftime, we were out rebounding them, whatever it was, 7. As you see for the game, and they out rebound us, 8 or 9 in the second half. So just couldn't withstand it for 40 minutes.
Questions?
Coach Jared McDonald with the Daily News here. You mentioned those turnovers. You've had some games with, high numbers of turnovers before, but you guys were able to overcome that. Only 19 points in the second half tonight. When you face a team that's as good defensively as Houston, it obviously magnifies it. But, what is it about Houston's defense tonight that, gave you guys so much fits that you guys weren't able to overcome?
Well, they are who they are. Their point guard's 6'5". I think so. He had 5 steals tonight. He's long, he's quick, and he's athletic. He can guard that bounce too at 6'5". Those big guys. The forward and centers, they're really forwards playing centers or whatever. They got a lot of quickness. They can guard multiple positions. And they're put together that way. The one area, in particular the first half, I thought that, we did about as good as we could do. We kept them off the offensive boards that first half. They still get 12 for the game, which is 4 under their average. But the turnovers was the difference. That's where it all started at, was just turn that ball over. Maybe there's some other lesser competition. You can turn it over and overcome it a little bit, but you can't turn it over against that kind of competition, in particular on the road when they're shooting the ball exceptionally well too. Sasser, every shot he hit seemed like we're right in his face, and he made them. So give them credit.
Coach, what did you think of what Quentin Grimes?
Hey, Mark, Mark, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me, Rick? Yeah, I was saying, what did you think of what Quentin Grimes did?
Well, hey, it speaks for itself. 8 for 16 from 3-point line. 33 points. He was really good. Him and Sasser both. The guy probably made shots tonight, hadn't made them all year, was Marks. Marks was 6 for 32 coming in to this game. I know he makes 2. He'll start the game, to get 10 points the first half. But Gerard does such a great job getting that ball to those 2 guys. But at the same time, he can really score. At 6'5", he can get that ball in that lane. He can pass over top of you, But those guys hit shots. Give them credit. They made shots.
I know you talked about what you thought of this team before the game. What do you think of Houston now?
Well, no difference on thought part for Mark. I know they were a really, really good team. And when they shoot the ball like they shot it tonight, they're hard out for whoever else there is. But that's why they are what they are. One of the top teams in the country. And for the most part, they've shot the ball pretty well all year long. But those nights they don't shoot it, they beat some people up on the backboards. I don't think they beat us up on the backboards because of Bassey. He was able to, limit some of those offensive rebounds that maybe, that they get sometimes. But they're a really good team. Really good team, Mark.
Coach, it's Jeff Lighty from WBKO. Just what was Houston able to do to keep Charles from having a regular Charles game?
Well, it's real simple. They fronted him when they could front him, and they pressure that ball, which makes it very hard to pass. You got to be able to pass that ball over top of pressure. That's number one. Number two, if they got behind him and we got it to him, they went and doubled him every time. So, you got to do one or two things. You got to be able to make some threes out of it, or you got to be able to throw that thing over top of them some. We didn't do neither one very well. I think we went, 4 for 17 and 3-point line. That's a tough stat on the road against that kind of defense when they're going to double your post guy like that.
And Coach, just to follow up on that, can you give us an update on what is happening with Luke, if he's okay, if he's healthy? What kind of the update on Luke Frampton?
Well, we'll get back and see. We'll see what his status is moving forward here, Jeff.
To kind of go off of that too, without Luke, he's a guy that when he's out there, he spaces the floor just because of his ability to make shots. How much did you see that kind of changing the way the offense ran tonight for you guys?
Well, I'm just going to say we're not going to make no excuses because we didn't have Luke. But I think it's very obvious. Luke is a guy that can make some shots. And we went 4 for 17. But, Houston plays the way they played tonight, made shots the way they play. Well, that's why they've won 20 some odd straight here now. That's the reason why they're really good. But I guess the frustrating thing about it is we're up 1 in the second half. That's what's frustrating, that we just kind of, served it up a little bit. We got sped up. And literally it was a 2-minute stretch where those 4 turnovers led to, 2 threes, 8, 10 points. We go from up 1 to down 8 or 9 in about a 2-minute spurt. And from there on, it was just an uphill battle.
Coach, this is Nick from the College Heights Herald. Playing a team like Houston tonight, and then having to play FIU next and then the conference tournament a few weeks later, what kind of experience do you think your group gets out of a game like this with the next 4 games coming up?
Well, Nick, again, we wanted this kind of competition. And again, you got to play 40 minutes. For 20 some odd minutes, we were pretty good. We were right there. And that's why we're a little bit all upset, frustrated. If they jumped on us and beat us up start to finish, probably wouldn't feel the way we felt. I felt like at halftime, I just felt like we were as good as they were. But the second half, they stepped it up too now. They stepped it up, led to us speeding up a little bit. We had some turnovers, some point guards that you just can't have on the road. And again, maybe you can overcome it a little bit more at home. You just can't do it on the road. So, this kind of experience will help us no matter who we play. You're playing against one of the better teams in America tonight. So we got to put this one behind us. We didn't have to come play it, but we did. And even though the outcome wasn't what we wanted, I'm still glad we came and played it. And we'll put this one behind us. We'll come back home and get ready to finish out this season and finish out what we're trying to complete.
And Coach, this is Jared with the Daily News again. To kind of go off of that, like Zach said, we probably won't have you before the FIU series. This was a game that was added late. So how far into scout were you on FIU? And what do you know about them at this point?
Well, me personally, I don't know a whole lot. Naturally, as assistant coaches had the scout. So they've got the scout in place. So today's Thursday. Friday will be, we left a lot of energy on that court tonight. You guys know that physically. And, it's the first road game we've had in basically a month too. So I knew there'd be some fatigue type situations. But we'll go back. We'll do what we have to do tomorrow. It'll be very light. We got Saturday and Sunday afternoon, 2 o'clock. Is that correct? 2 o'clock Sunday, and another quick turnaround on Monday. So we'll need our bench to step up and give us some more minutes come Sunday, Monday.
Everybody good?
All right, guys.
Thank you all.